President Anastasiades has requested that the EU include Turkish as one of the bloc's official languages. The President wrote a letter to the heads of the European Council, the European Commission and the European Parliament. The EU currently has 24 official languages. The cost of adding a 25th language as an official EU tongue will amount to €37 million. Ricky Shields with more.
The Dutch EU presidency have confirmed that they have received a letter from President Anastasiades to make Turkish an official EU language. The letter, which was also forwarded to the heads of the European Council, the European Commission and the European Parliament on the 17th of February, is currently being studied in great detail before the EU presidency makes recommendations to the respective bodies on what, if any, steps should be taken next. Now, you may ask, why would a Greek Cypriot president of the Republic of Cyprus want to introduce Turkish as a European language? The fact is that talks between our government and the Turkish-occupied North are proceeding quite well, since the two leaders, Anastasiades and Turkish Cypriot leader Mustafa Akinci, are both keen to see a solution. As President Anastasiades said, in view of the possibility of reaching a settlement on the Cyprus problem, without prejudice to whether this is actually achieved, the time has come to launch preparations to enable the Union to start using Turkish as an official EU language upon reunification. In fact, this is not the first time that Cyprus has requested this, as we asked in 2002 prior to joining the EU, but at the time we were deterred from pursuing the idea. However, the atmosphere between our republic and the unrecognised occupied North is warming, and despite many obstacles there is good faith, and it is hoped some kind of agreement may be put to the people by June. So this request to add Turkish is a sign that relations must be formalised, and also a step forward for Turkey-EU relations, since the EU in December opened a new chapter in negotiations on economic and monetary affairs after a 10-year lull in the process. Several other chapters are being blocked by Cyprus due to the old conflict, but the Commission is prepared to open them if things go well. Furthermore, the EU wants to speed up Turkish accession talks in return for Turkey reducing migrant numbers. There are many impediments to agreement on the Cyprus issue, and of course its effect on the Turkish accession to the EU, not the least of which are the old wounds and the old intransigence on both sides. However, it may finally be time, 42 years after the occupation, for calmer heads to prevail, and an opportunity for so many who lost so much to have some right of return and closure on the issue. We shall have to wait and see what has been negotiated on our behalf. This is Mr. Shields reporting for Rock FM.
On air and online at rockfmcyprus.com.
Today's best mix.
Rock FM.